Hey everybody, New England Haunter here. My name's Jamie. Today we're going to be continuing my latest video series called Did It Work? Today's episode will be on my Cauldron Creep Hack video that I did for you guys last Halloween season. Did it work? Let's do this.
Step right up, come on in, join the show, it's about to begin.
So I have to give props to Mr. Jingle's Halloween Haunts. That is linked in my original video. I believe he was the first to make this build popular, and I just took that and kind of made it my own. As always, the original build videos, part 1 and part 2, will be linked in the description below. So if you happen to catch my original video, you'd know that I came up with a new way to achieve that head movement versus the classic version of these. The original version has a big lever that sticks out the back to move the head, and you have to build like a casing around that and cover that up with cloth. It's my understanding they're a little difficult to get up and running done the classic way, and also I was looking for a real thin looking corpsed skeleton look. I don't want a great big hump on the back of the creep. Here's a color shot of that in better lighting. It's before I painted it, before I put any type of tattered clothing on it. I was just giving a rundown of how everything worked, how I was able to obtain that movement. Here's a shot of that 12-volt wiper motor, how that's turning the stick to give the illusion that the creep is actually stirring that pot. You can see I also have a speed controller in there as well. And here's where I'm about to talk about the head movement. And unfortunately, guys, we're not going to talk about that in this video. You're going to have to check out the original build video for that. The Joe Fletch commented, I wonder if you could do both motions with just that wiper motor. You know, I actually had it sketched out at one point to try to do that. I didn't want that movement to be at the same speed as the head. I thought it would look kind of weird to be going at the exact same speed. So I chose to use a separate reindeer motor to keep the head a little slower, if that makes sense. Vibes Girl 1 commented, I am so excited to try this. I am curious about dismantling one of my Home Depot ultra posable skeletons to use for this. You know, it's funny you should say that because part of my skeleton that I used was actually a Home Depot skeleton. It was the rib cage right arm, I believe. I used my own head on that. I think I had mentioned at one point, you definitely have to have a lightweight head, and those the skulls on those are kind of heavy. It may not work with the way I have it set up here. So Flying High 965 says, I always liked watching your series on this. Thank you. I built mine and it came out awesome. I'd like to share a video if you care to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. Please comment with a link below if you have one. If not, you can email me, newenglandhaunter@gmail.com. Thank you. Grave Marker suggests using a green fire and ice flickering light inside the cauldron facing up. I actually did that because of you. So Grave Marker, awesome. Props to you, man. I appreciate it. Siobhan21 says, my line keeps getting bound up no matter how I position the motor arm. They've tried different motor positions, different screws, things like that, but the line keeps binding up. I reached back out to them. I never really heard back, so either they fixed it or just never got back to me. I can only assume that the problem they were having is the reindeer motor. The way the arm goes around, I just took the fishing line and I literally just tied it to the end of the arm, and as it goes around, I didn't have any problems with the string. I think what he meant was maybe on each turn it would wrap around the arm ultimately, and that would, you know, get to the point where the head would be locked in place and wouldn't move at all. I did come up with a small tweak just in case there was an issue like that on my reindeer motor. This is a keychain ring. I just happen to have one in my junk drawer, and as you can see, I just tied that string to the top of the ring and placed that over top of that arm, so as that turns, there's no way that can bind up at that point and actually wrap around the arm. It's just, you know, it's just metal on metal. It's just going to slip around each time. So if you do go to build one of these, I would suggest that you do something like this, maybe a metal washer or a keychain ring if you have one kicking around. Cauldron Creep Hack. Did it work? Absolutely. I had no problem with it. Again, I did put that ring in just as a fail-safe. And I would suggest if you do go to build this, I would add the ring in as well if you can, or a washer, you know, something like that. The only thing I will do different this year that I did not do last year is I'm going to move him up toward the front of the graveyard. I think he may have been missed here and there because I had some jump scares going on and things like that. The people that did notice it absolutely loved it. This is a great build. It is a little more difficult, but it's not impossible. You know, it's something you spend a little bit of time on. You can really have something awesome up and running that, I've said it before, that somebody down the street isn't going to have. You can't buy it in a store because you made it and it's awesome. That's it for today's video, guys. Any questions on this build, don't hesitate to email me at newenglandhaunter@gmail.com. I will get back to you almost immediately. Comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.